All right, what's going on, guys? Nick Dale here back. So my last video, I spoke about Donovan Mitchell coming to the Knicks, and I also touched upon Julius Randle for Russell Westbrook. I wasn't aware that the Knicks' plans would be to buy out Russ. To my knowledge, I didn't think Russ would even accept the buyout, so that's why it never even pondered to me. I mean, it seems just kind of skeptical that like Russell Westbrook's going to come to the Knicks and they're just going to buy him out, and then Russ is going to sign with someone else. I mean, sure, I guess that's the plan. That is the plan. Sign me up. I mean, what is Randall owed? 4 year, 115 million. That's probably way off. But Randall's under contract. Remember, guys, he had the best season of his career in a contract year, and then he came into camp out of shape. I'm not a big fan of Julius Randle. I don't want him on the Knicks. I'd rather start Obi. But yeah, it's happening, guys. That's the title of this video. And think about it this way: who can outbid the Knicks for Donovan Mitchell? Oh wait, nobody. Nobody can, because you look at all the best teams in the NBA right now. They can't outbid the New York Knicks. They don't have 6 to 8 first round picks that are tradable and young players. Quentin Grimes, IQ Toppin, Cam Reddish, and these boys. That's a good package for Donovan Mitchell. Of course, the Knicks win the trade because they get the best player, just like they won the trade when they got Melo, who we're going to get into in a second here. But for the future, that's actually pretty debatable. Don't get me wrong. I don't want Donovan Mitchell, but if we do get Donovan Mitchell, I I'll be pretty happy. It's gonna help the channel. It's gonna help the Knicks. And again, the Knicks they get a star player. We don't know what's gonna happen with those picks. We don't know what's gonna happen with IQ and Grimes and like Cam. But what we do know is that Donovan Mitchell can score 27 to 30 a game, and he shows up in the playoffs. So Donovan Mitchell, RJ Barrett, Jalen Brunson, Mitchell Robinson, and I guess we'll be keeping Obi Toppin, and then who knows what the rest of the roster is going to look like. But if we somehow are able to finesse the Lakers, because it's a finesse. I mean, getting rid of Julius Randle's contract would be absolutely crucial, especially for like the longevity of the team. Because I mean, the Knicks are going to be in the playoffs. The Knicks are going to be a very good team. I still don't think the Knicks are a championship contender. I don't think the Knicks are going to be able to even compete with a team like Miami or Boston or Philly. I don't. I'm being honest. We'll see what happens when the games start. But right now, just the Knicks basically are almost a lock. Like I'm not gonna do anything too clickbait in the title. Obviously I want people to click on this video, but at the same time I do want people to not be misled. But yeah, let me read you guys a report here. So this came out an hour ago. So Carmelo Anthony is in wait and see mode in deciding his next team. Lakers have shown interest, but Carmelo has been keeping tabs on New York and the Knicks. If Donovan Mitchell ends up in New York, expect a Carmelo reunion to follow. Is this a verified source? Absolutely not. I'm not saying it's a verified source. If you guys want to look it up, it's NBA Trade Report. He's got 15K, but I am going to take it somewhat for a grain of salt. But at the same time, it's true because no one is outbidding the Knicks. Donovan Mitchell's from New York. Actually, not think about it. If you guys didn't know, I live in Connecticut. I'll be in Westchester on Saturday, but yeah, I mean, I grew up a Knicks fan, obviously, and things like that, but I'm just I haven't really processed Donovan Mitchell like because I can't think of myself like thinking of the Knicks being a championship contender. And obviously, they're gonna have to like you bring in Donovan Mitchell and now you've got RJ and Brunson, like you're gonna be competing for a championship. But I part of me thinks that the New York Knicks plan is thinking about the future of the team. Like it sounds crazy, like you're trading picks and players, but I mean Donovan Mitchell's like 25 or 26 in his mid 20s, so even in 3 years, Jalen Brunson and Donovan Mitchell are technically in the prime of their career, and you've got other players to work with. You've got Coach Thibodeau. So, I mean, I'm not the biggest Coach Thibodeau fan, but I do think that bringing in Donovan Mitchell will be able to help Coach Tib a lot. It help anyone, but I just feel like the system that Coach Tib runs obviously is like fast, and it obviously emphasizes defense, especially rim protection. So, the Knicks brought in Hartenstein, who's a very, very elite rim protector. Mitchell Robinson is an elite rim protector, and Jericho Sims obviously is progressing. But yeah, man, I haven't made a lot of videos. I'm sick, and I don't know if you actually. I think I look fine right now, but yeah, I was at the doctor's earlier and have not felt great. But like I said, Donovan Mitchell to the New York Knicks is something that I do feel as if the fans deserve. They deserve another star there. What will happen is to be determined, but you can't argue that the Knicks are not closer to a championship than they were yesterday. Assuming if this trade happens, I don't think it's going to happen today or tonight, but I think it's going to happen within the next couple of days. Next week, I'm not going to bet my house on it because I'm not trying to go broke. But I will say to you guys, I think this happens the next couple of days. I definitely think it will happen at least next week because there's one thing that's going for the Knicks is they have the most to offer, and obviously Donovan Mitchell wants to be in New York. So you put those two and two together, and yeah, the New York Knicks are getting Donovan Mitchell. I actually made a video, my most viewed video. Well, is Kai Soto. My Knicks most viewed video was talking about it's inevitable. Donovan Mitchell is New York, and I had a source in that video that wasn't verified. It was a source that I trusted. I wouldn't put in the video. A lot of people did not like that I did that, but it was true. Donovan Mitchell is going to be a New York Knick, and it's time now actually to talk about Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo Anthony stat. Obviously I didn't watch a lot of Melo last season, and he's not the same player he was when we last saw him in New York. But I'm looking at a guy right here that he went out there on a horrible Lakers team and he put up 13 points a game on 44%, 37.5 from three, 4 rebounds, an assist, about a steal and a block a game. I mean, Melo was playing. I spelled his last name. Melo was he played really well. Melo was good for the Lakers. He was one of their best players. You take away, LeBron and AD or whatever, they were injured and stuff, but Melo also played in 69 games. So you can see the year before that, dude, he didn't, he shot 40.9% from three with the Blazers. So I know there's a lot of talk about, where is Melo going to play? That, that's the thing. I don't know. You think I know where the hell Melo's going to play? I make YouTube videos on the Knicks. I'm a fan like you guys. I'm not Coach Thibodeau or something like that. But if you guys have an opinion on it, because you guys got to understand, a lot of the knowledge that I get is actually from the comments, reading the comments, But who would I start? Would I start Obi or would I start Melo? I would probably bring Melo off the bench. I would start Brunson, Mitchell, RJ, Obi, and Mitchell Robinson, and then coming off the bench, I don't know who the hell would play. It would be Derrick Rose. I get Derrick Rose. We're gonna have to lose Grimes, which irritates me because I really like Grimes. I'm really starting to, buy into Grimes, man. I mean, summer leagues, sure, but even before the summer league, a lot of Knicks fans love this kid. And I was just starting to buy into him, but yeah, he's gone. So that's the thing. Let's go back to where we just were. I can press share, right? Share my screen again. This is so confusing. Okay. So here's let's go to I forgot about Evan Fournier. I don't want to say anything I shouldn't, but Nick's depth chart. You never know who watches it. I have nothing but love for Fournier. That brother can shoot the basketball, but obviously, all right. So, okay, quickly he's going to be gone. Oh, McBride. Yeah, okay, there we go. McBride. So Derrick Rose and McBride. I just don't see McBride getting a lot of run, if any, though, with these moves. But yeah, so we would start Brunson. We'd start Spider. We'd start RJ. Randall's gone. We're gonna move Randall for Russ, I guess. And then if the Lakers want to do that, Obi Toppin, Mitchell Robinson, and then coming off the bench, I guess would be Derrick Rose and Miles McBride. I guess Fournier. So it'd be Rose, Fournier, or Fournier. No, because Fournier is going to be in the Donovan Mitchell trade for salary. So yeah, is Cam? The thing is, we don't know. I don't know what the trade's going to be, but I do know that the sides have been really, really picking up the communication. I think it might even happen. It could happen tomorrow. It could happen tonight. I don't know, but you can see we'll talk about that when it happens. I can't hypothetically be here's our team with them. I don't know what's going to happen, but like I said, man, I appreciate you guys for clicking this video for me. It's the end, man. Nothing but love. Absolutely bring Melo back, even if we don't get Donovan Mitchell. Absolutely bring Melo back off of the bench, not starting. He could spot start some games, but bring Melo off the bench. He can shoot the basketball. He's a good mentor. He obviously idolizes New York City. And Donovan Mitchell, this is a guy that can score 27 a game like it's nothing on good splits, and he shows up in the playoffs. He's a fighter, a dog. Don't get me wrong. I want to keep Quentin Grimes, and I want to keep Emmanuel Quickly, and I want to keep our picks and just fully commit to a rebuild, get rid of Randall and Fournier and these guys. But at the same time, bringing in a star player like Donovan Mitchell, you probably shouldn't pass on. And this could really work out for the Knicks. I don't really see it failing. Might not lead to a championship, but I don't. It might be similar to Carmelo, where Mitchell just kind of carries us and puts up a bunch of points. He's not the best defender, and maybe we don't really get out of the second round. But I mean, the Knicks next season without Donovan Mitchell, I don't obviously certainly won't be playing in the second round of the playoffs. They might not even be in the playoffs. It's a pretty loaded East. I think the Knicks will be a playing team, but like, I mean, the fact that you can make even if the Knicks do get knocked out in the second round, well, obviously they still have a prime Donovan Mitchell, and they're going to have a lot of salary moving forward. So I'm fine with trading for Mitchell. I have nothing wrong with it, but yeah, that's actually the video, man. I appreciate y'all, but I'm about to sign out.